about it at the end of the stream as we'll discuss our plans for this weekend and for next week as well, with all the E3 coverage coming up pretty soon. But before we get into it, let's start the news as we always do with our news topics for this week. So first off, let me get the video up real quick. Playlist. There we go. In the past week, we've had some games that were announced, in air quotes. So as you can see behind me, Sonic Racing, was pretty much was leaked. It was. Let me actually get the article real quick. Walmart. There we go. This is off of Kotaku.com. Walmart leak reveals Team Sonic Racing, and it was later confirmed. This was written by Ethan Gage. Walmart spoiled yet another video game announcement with a listing this morning revealing the existence of Team Sonic Racing for Nintendo Switch. Earlier this month, Walmart Canada leaked the existence of a bunch of other games, including Rage 2. And then shortly afterwards, Sega pretty much announced that it is actually true. So, hence before,
Walmart's leaking more than Trump did on some Russian hookers.
It's insane. It's insane.
Is that a joke relevant enough for you, Valer? Huh? Was that a joke relevant enough for you? Wow. Anyway, no, but they've been really bad about leaking. But on that same note, we kind of knew that there was a Sonic Racing game coming because they did tease it.
That is true. They did tease it, so it isn't much of a big surprise, but this was basically a confirm, not only from Walmart, but from Sega shortly afterwards, announcing, like, yes, it's real. Here's the short little teaser trailer for it, more at E3. Also, shortly right afterwards, speaking of other games that were also leaked or were announced, as you can see behind me, this actually was announced properly. Fallout 76 was actually announced in an interesting way. They had a stream on. It was a TV of the please stand by signal with the bobblehead of the main mascot of Fallout, and it ran for a full 24-hour stream. And then at the end of it, they finally revealed the trailer that it is indeed happening. It was really funny because random moments. If you go to Bethesda's Twitch page and you go to their clips, you can see all the times when somebody would walk on screen, or they had like a Pip-Boy puppet for like a minute. There was a whole slew of shit that they did for that entire time they had it up. People were losing their minds. There was even one point where I think the end of the day, one of the employees had like a Skyrim shirt on, and he put the bobblehead standing up to its side, and people were like freaking out. It's like, oh shit, is it a crossover? Is this gonna be Skyrim X Fallout? What's going on?
Yeah. Well, that's the nature of the internet, to speculate until it's not to their liking and then bitch about it for weeks on end. Last Jedi. I am really just like antsy to do a podcast, so there's gonna be a lot of sass tonight, guys.
Yeah.
The thing about Fallout 76, right? I said that right?
Yes, 76? Fallout 76. Yes.
So apparently people have like tried to not data mine, but try to figure out information about it. And one of the big things that I keep seeing is that people believe it takes place very shortly after the quote unquote Great War. That you constantly hear about through the series without actually being a part of it or seeing it directly. And that Vault 76 was one of the first vaults to open or something like that.
Yeah, which is interesting because like in Fallout 3, there was a cool storyline where like not all the vaults were open. Like you actually would explore some other vaults that were locked away that you would explore, and some vaults had like its own storyline, which is really cool. So I could definitely see the direction they're headed towards with that.
Well, the other aspect, and a lot of people are kind of like, first off, people were like, it's going to be another battle royale, which I'm like, it's not. It's not going to be a battle royale.
That would be hilarious.
But I guess one of the developers or somebody at Bethesda, I don't know exactly, it was leaked in some fashion that it could be a survival game.
Yes, actually, I have that article right now. This was off of Kotaku.com, written by Jason Schreier. Sources: Fallout 76 is an online survival RPG When Bethesda announced Fallout 76 with a teaser trailer this morning promising more information at E3, it was easy to assume that the new game would be a traditional single-player role-playing game. But Fallout 76 is in fact an online survival RPG that's heavily inspired by games like DayZ and Rust, according to 3 people familiar with the project. Those people speak anonymously so as not to damage their careers, confirmed that Fallout 76 is an experimental new entry in the long-running post-apocalyptic series. When Bethesda first teased the game on Tuesday morning, fans and pundits speculated that it might be Fallout 3 Remaster or a new Vegas-style spin-off in a new location. So
I understandably, I get why people are pissed off that it's not a true-to-form Fallout game. I get why people would be upset by that, but hear me out. A spin-off Fallout game, not a mainline game because it doesn't have a number after it. Well, a 1 through. That's not the 5th one. It is a side game about a vault you hear about, and if you leave the vault and it turns into a survival-based game that you can play with your friends. And here's the other thing about it that I'm going to throw out there. It'll be free to play.
Yeah,
that's my speculation. That's my speculation. It'll be free to play and it'll have microtransactions.
Because they already have a big MMO game, which was the Skyrim MMO they have. I forgot what it's called, but they have that right now as what they're supporting as well. I have this really strong feeling that at E3, what they're gonna do is they're gonna say, it's free right now on PC. I could definitely see that. I can definitely. They did the same thing last year for its mobile game that they released. So yeah, I could see that for sure. It'd be insane, but I can see that for sure.
At the very least, like it'll be in beta and you have to sign up for it.
But... Oh yeah, for sure. We'll definitely see more about it at E3. The other game that was leaked and then announced afterwards was Ubisoft's new Assassin's Creed, which is called Assassin's Creed Odyssey. This is reported off of metro.co.uk by Adam Starkley. Titled Assassin's Creed Odyssey confirmed by Ubisoft following leak. Assassin's Creed Odyssey will be the next installment in the blockbuster franchise, which appears to be in ancient Greece if the Spartan helmet in the logo is anything to go by. A brief 5-second teaser shows practically nothing apart from the ability to do the 300 kick to boot enemies off mountain cliff tops. Ubisoft confirmed that the title after a picture of a key ring circulated online showing the game's logo teasing the Greek setting.
Which I didn't know about until Anthony pointed it out to me on Thursday.
Yes, I saw that. I was like, oh, hey.
Like, it's not a leak. They announced it. Like, I first saw it by the logo.
Yeah.
The logo that they released. I was like, oh, cool. It takes place in Sparta.
Yeah.
Or just Greece in general.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, it's a leak. And I'm like, no, it's not. And I typed in, like, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And then the first article was like, a leak for somebody holding up a key ring. And I was like, okay. All right.
I wonder how that happened. Like, it's got to be some employee just, like, gave something to some person, I guess, at some point. And then he just like, oh, look at this awesome keychain. That's my guess.
It could have been a number of things. It could have been that. It could have been some, like, GameStop got a gift baggie of a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Yeah.
So it's hard to say how these leaks happen, but that's another problem with, like, the internet, man. Like,
nothing's sacred. Everything goes.
Well, like, this is why I argue I'll keep arguing it, that having this mentality of, like, I watch E3 for the surprises is kind of a ridiculous notion.
At least for this
year.
Like,
don't get me wrong, I like the surprises, but I'm not going to watch E3 for the surprises. I want to see gameplay footage or more information about games that I'd want to purchase maybe down the line. Like, I'm sorry. The announcements for, like, Shenmue 3 and Metroid Prime 4, they were just that. I know jack shit about either one of those games. I mean, I imagine that both games will play similar to the previous ones, but the point I'm making is that to sit there and say that, like, I watch E3 because I want to be surprised by something that I didn't see coming is an absolutely weird notion.
It's still a nice to have. I mean, like, I'm not honestly, like,
sure
in it just like I'm gonna watch it specifically for the surprises. it's definitely what, and it's specific for in my position. Like I'm definitely looking forward to like what games are being shown, what are going to be released. Having a nice surprise here and there. Something that nobody knows about is still very exciting to me.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not celebrating the leakers. I'm just saying, as somebody who's on the internet all the time, I don't give a shit about the leaks.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I see.
So, good on the three companies dealing with their First off, Sega and Ubisoft, well done dealing with those leaks in the way that you should have. It sucks you won't be able to just show it at E3 in that fashion like you wanted to, but fuck it, whatever. Good on Bethesda for fucking nipping the leak in the bud.
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna. I feel like it's gonna be the case for most games now when it comes to these other leaks that may potentially happen. Although right now, like there's about but it's Sunday now, about a good 5 days away from the start of E3. Technically, I think that every other company is safe. I think. I don't know. I can't say that now, but like who knows what other madness happens in the next couple days. All right, so moving on to our next topic at hand. So this actually was translated off of a Russian site.